Hi, I'm Nagu. I am an illustrator working on a lot of mobile games and light novels. And yeah, I just really like to draw and sometimes play games and do a bunch of stuff. These days, I do quite a lot of light novel work, which involves me working with the publisher and the author to create illustrations for light novels. Basically, like I work on creating what the characters would look like and I kind of work with the author to illustrate what's happening in text into images. I think I'm probably best at drawing girls compared to male characters. Of course, for example, my light novel work, I have to draw both, but I'm most used drawing, I guess, cute girls. I think it was around near the end of elementary, so like grade six ish. A classmate of mine brought, I don't know if you guys know, but it's like a how to draw manga tutorial book back in the days. And it really, got me thinking, oh, rather than just copying, manga panels, I could try draw my own characters. So it kind of flowed into that. And then I think all throughout like junior high school and high school, I kept drawing and just kept at it because it was really fun to me. After using DeviantArt for a while, a site called Twitter came up, and people kind of also started using Twitter. And on Twitter, I got to see some of the artists, retweeting artworks of Japanese artists a lot more. And I realized that they were starting to use a site called Pixiv to also share their artwork. And I was like, oh, I don't really know Japanese, and I didn't know Japanese back then at all. And I was like, I don't really know, but I'm just gonna trust my Google Translate and have fun and also post my work on Pixiv as well. So that's kind of how I got started on it. I think especially at the start of my career or when I started getting a lot of work, a lot of companies would mention that they saw my work on Pixiv or I guess mostly on Twitter. So that was a really good way to get me started. And another thing I did a lot, I think, was actually enter a lot of the illustration contests that went on Pixiv. I just wanted to try new things, and I was like, oh, contest is a really fun way to interact with it. It actually led me to actually get jobs with the specific contests that happened. So that was very, very interesting to me. I really enjoy reading a lot of interviews and behind the scenes process that you guys post on Pixiv Vision, and I also really like browsing booth to see what kind of resources I can use in my own works and stuff. Before I was able to do work where I was credited under my name, I did a lot of side jobs where I was like non-credited and it was kind of like process of a bigger, I guess, chain of work. And I thought that, well, even after I graduated from school, which I did not major anything artistic or anything, I always thought, I grew up thinking that art is just going to be a hobby, like a side thing. So I kept drawing, thinking, this is just going to be a hobby and I'll have an office job someday. But after like a year or so after graduating university, I looked back and thought, I don't really feel or envision myself in an office working on 9 to 5 job and doing something unrelated and then doing art, because subconsciously I've spent so much thinking about how I wanted to draw or how to improve my drawing and building off of that. So at that point I was like, I should probably try and put everything I've got into drawing and see where it ends up. And if that doesn't end up going well, then I guess I'll think of other options. But I felt and I kind of believe that because I put so much effort while growing up to kind of think about art, that it was somehow going to work out in the end with the art. And I was very lucky that I got some jobs that led to other jobs and I got this work kind of rolling. I would like to take some time, if I get some time down the road, to do more original stuff as well, because I've had, I guess, characters that's kind of the ideas kind of sitting the back of my mind, but I just haven't gotten the chance to, pour them out onto the paper yet. So that'd be nice. And I also have been really interested in like animation work recently. So it would be very interesting to be able to take those original characters and create not only illustrations but like short animations with them as well. I'd like to say thank you very much for always supporting me and saying that you like seeing my work, because although I cannot reply to a lot of the messages, I really see everything that you guys say, and it really motivates me to try harder and create more things down the line. And it really makes me happy to see you guys like it. Yeah, I'll do my best. Thank you always. There's one thing I would like to also point out to aspiring artists. It's like Pixiv has a lot of contests and stuff you can enter, and they're pretty fun. And it's like a little challenge. I kind of consider it as like, oh, if this was actually like an actual client asking for a job and this was the requirements. And, if things work out, maybe you can win some prizes. But if not, you get drawing experience. So they should really check it out. Thank you so much for inviting me again. Sometimes I feel like underqualified for interviews, but if it helps even a little, then I am happy.